Let's start with this. In sports, fans often think a win, it's all good. A loss, it's all bad. There are bad wins. There are times you lose a star player to an injury in a win, or the win sort of unveils the truth about your team and how limited you are. I actually thought Portland winning Saturday was like a wake-up call. Maybe I'm way too high on Portland. Let's be honest. The Lakers mailed it in this bubble, and they're just sitting there, veterans, rested, ready to go. Portland and Damian Lillard have played 9 straight playoff-level games. Damian's averaging 41 minutes a game. LeBron averaged 31 minutes a game, and now the two stars teams will meet starting tomorrow. Damian's played 112 more minutes than LeBron. That's almost 3 full games, and all those fourth quarters have been incredibly playoff intense for Portland. The bubble has been really fun, and it really gave us 3 things. Number 1, what did the bubble give us? It gave us a bunch of young stars and shows you the NBA is in good shape. Michael Porter Jr. in Denver, Ja Morant in Memphis, Luka Doncic in Dallas. The league's got, it's unbelievable. Jokic in Denver. How many players, 25, 24 and younger, are in this game? And they're all better. They're like quarterbacks in the NFL. They're all better, sooner. They're ready to score, and they're ready to play. So the first thing the bubble gave us is a glimpse of the future, and it was really fun. The second thing it gave us is championship-level teams. There's about 4. Gave you a hard game or 2, but both number 1 seeds went 3-5, and Phoenix went, 8-0. Milwaukee can't really find itself, not even defensively where they're always good. I mean, the Lakers played hard against the Clippers and then just sort of dialed it back. The Clippers missed several guys. I still have no concerns for them, but what is their chemistry? Let's be honest. The second thing we saw in this bubble, after all these energized young players, was championship teams. There's no home court advantage. They just want to be healthy. They just want to be ready to go and be healthy. And the third thing we saw in the bubble, one really good team showed up to Orlando. I'm not counting the Phoenixes. One really good team played hard for 9 straight games, Portland. They really gave you everything, and they had to. And every game felt like a playoff game. And Dame looks like the MVP of the bubble. And Nurkic is a real player. But the other thing I saw Saturday afternoon, they're exhausted. They are shot. I mean, now, they get a couple of days off for the Lakers, but Nurkic looked shot the last 3 games. Dame, the Energizer, played really well. But at some level, this is a lousy defensive team on their good days. I mean, Melo's their best wing defender. I'm not joking. At 36, he's their best wing defender. I just don't know. You got to revisit it. I know Portland won, but I sat and watched that game, and I thought they can't close out Memphis. I mean, they can't close out Memphis. They can't stop Memphis. So I thought it was one of those good for Portland, but I looked all the minutes Dame put in. I looked at Nurkic. I looked at their roster. I looked at how fatigued they looked, and I thought to myself, the Lakers are just sitting around, waiting for Tuesday, hydrating, getting rested, Xbox, been there before. I'll have to revisit my prediction on this one. So Zion does not have a coach now. They fired their coach over the weekend, Alvin Gentry. So now they're looking for a new coach. And David Griffin, nice guy, like him a lot, a smart guy, been on this show, says this is the best job in the NBA. It's the best job in the NBA. Here he is.
No, we will not be quick with this at all. This is not a rush. We have a job that we believe is going to be the most attractive in the NBA, quite frankly.
It is not, and here's why. It's actually an incredibly dangerous job. There are great jobs, there's good jobs. Then there are dangerous jobs or bad jobs. It's not a bad job, but it's dangerous because the expectations are here and the resources are way below. Let's look at the roster. Zion. He's got, weight issues, health issues. Some people think he needs a dietitian, not a head coach. I'm not one of them, but there are those that do. Number 2 is Lonzo Ball. Can't shoot. Could have been the worst player in the bubble. Number 3, Brandon Ingram. Thinks he's a 1, he's a 3. Number 4, Drew Holiday. Now, I love him, but he's been in the NBA 11 years, so you're going to get a slightly reduced every year Drew Holiday. Good player, though. Like him a lot. Number 2 is they're not a free agent destination. Number 3 is they're in the West. There's a lot of good young talent in the West. Dallas, Denver, OKC, a lot of good talent in the West. And here's number 4. man, they are a hype show. And I'm probably to blame because I love watching them play. They're a hype show. I'll tell you a great job in the NBA right now. If you're asking me if I could take any job right now, and it looks like 10 years of really good, it's Denver. So Jokic never gets hurt, is the best passing big man since Arvydas Sabonis, makes everybody better, and appears to be a great teammate. Jamal Murray, built for the NBA, the number 2 player, Kentucky kid, can really shoot threes. Michael Porter Jr., another long athlete who can shoot threes. They've got a head coach already who's excellent. They've already made the playoffs, and there's no hype. Nobody talks about Denver. I mean, in Denver, they're a second or third topic. Denver is a great job. The resources are excellent in the current NBA culture and momentum, and the expectations are we're a good playoff team. Let's see what happens. I think the resources in New Orleans are average. Zion's got to get the weight and health thing under control, and when he does, he'll clearly be the best player. Does Brandon Ingram realize he'll be a 2 at best? J.J. Redick's their only really three-point shooter. He's 36. And even in the Tom Brady era, that's a little old in the NBA. So I think this is a dangerous job. And I've seen this in my life in college sports. There's about 6 great college football jobs. You think Michigan's a great job. No, Ohio State's a great job. Michigan's a really good job, but a lot of fans in Michigan think they're Ohio State, and they're not. Michigan's harder academically. Michigan doesn't have the history. Michigan's got elite medical schools and law schools, and it's socially hard to adapt. It's a real academic power. So be careful about. There's very few great jobs in the world. There's a lot of good jobs. This qualifies as a dangerous job.